The most anticipated earnings releases for the week of February 26, 2024. Presented by earningswhispers. It may feel like earnings season is over now that Nvidia has reported results, but there are approximately 150 more companies scheduled to report earnings this week than last week. We are going to hear more about AI and what people are going to do with those new servers they're buying, but we are also going to start getting a lot of results from the retailers, which have become leaders of late, many of whom have outperformed AI names during the past quarter. On Monday morning, we'll receive some significant results, but the day's attention will primarily be on two names after the close, from which we may not get much clarity from their earnings at least regarding the direction of their stocks. Unity has most of the interest, but there is a lot of noise and the stock has been trading plus or minus the 35 level for almost 2 years now. Zoom has more consistency and has been performing better operationally, but little has really changed since last quarter. It is forming a base, and even though the company is expected to beat and sentiment may be overly bearish, the trade is the range until shown otherwise. Devon Energy, which reports after the close on Tuesday, isn't in a range. Earnings peaked in late 2022 and have been trending lower since, and so has the stock, albeit the downward trend for both has slowed. First Solar has held up better and is expected to have the cleanest results of its peers, but it is still just the least dirty shirt in the laundry, and you typically want to be in stocks that are in a strong industry. Wednesday is this week's main event, with Marathondigital at the top of investors' focus. While the company's earnings will be a price mover for the stock, it is the effect, not the cause. The company reported less than stellar results last quarter, but around the same time, Bitcoin started rallying and has nearly doubled over the past quarter. Marathondigital is a crypto play, and, ultimately, the direction of Bitcoin is likely to matter more than the company's earnings because the price of Bitcoin tells us more about future earnings for the company. Interest in Snowflake isn't too far behind, but instead of a crypto story, it is an AI story. Someone has to do something with the data for AI solutions, and Snowflake is one of the handful of options. The main question, however, is whether it is too soon to see accelerating adoption needed to support a stock that has rallied approximately 30% since reporting earnings last. One of the few growth stories outside of tech and GLP-1 is Celsius, which reports before the open on Thursday. The growth may be slowing, but that growth still makes it the belle of the ball, and, until shown otherwise, there seems to be solid support at the $50 level. Investors have been buying back Zscaler after it sold off in sympathy with Palo Alto Networks' weak guidance. What we learned is that there are now competitive pressures in an industry that was seeing such strong demand that there was room for everyone to grow. Zscaler may be winning out in the near term, but there is also likely selling pressure above $250 that came about after Palo Alto Networks' warning. The two names at the top of the list on Friday are two names investors love to hate. Plug Power is now disliked more than it ever has been, and short interest is at a new high. If fundamentals turn, that will make for a good stock to buy, but there is little evidence of that happening anytime soon. FuboTV, on the other hand, executed reasonably well throughout 2023, and that is largely expected to continue. But in the streaming wars, few give the company much of a chance, and the new sports collaboration among the bigger names make it much more likely FuboTV is going to lose out in the end. Volatility is elevated for most companies reporting earnings this week, and that is especially true for the solar stocks, which are among the laggards in the market today. For example, option traders are pricing in a 10 percentage point move beyond the recent average moves for Array Technologies and Shoals Technologies. We are now getting companies confirming their earnings dates for later in March, but as we can now see the full month on the calendar, the slowdown in the number of companies reporting in the second half of the month is becoming more clear. We still don't have a confirmed date from Oracle, but they usually let us know during the first week of March and report the following week.
Shh.